Stock investing or real estate? What's a better investment for the average investor? Some investors believe that since real estate lets you leverage your investment, typically 5 to 1, where you put up 20% in order to control a rental property worth 5 times that, it is a better investment than stocks. So who is right? Let's start by identifying the upside and downside potential of each investment vehicle and then draw some conclusions from this simple analysis. First off, let's make the following 5 assumptions so that we can make as fair a comparison as possible. Number 1, we are talking about the novice investor in both situations, not seasoned veterans with hundreds of thousands of dollars at their disposal. Number 2, the investor is using a hands-on approach where he or she actively manages each investment. Number 3, we select a best-of-breed stock and rental property. Number 4, both strategies benefit from capital appreciation and monthly cash flow. And number 5, being novice investors, only a modest sum of money is initially invested. From our real estate rental property, we would expect to have these upside expectations. Capital appreciation would fall into the historical range of 4 to 6% per year over a 10-year period. Cash flow from the monthly rental income after all expenses would be in the range of 8 to 12%. This is often known as being in the sweet spot in rental real estate. And we would expect a reasonable total return of 12 to 18% if all goes well. So what are some of the downside expectations of rental real estate? First, you have the responsibility of dealing with emergencies such as fixing toilets and faucets or addressing tenant issues at possibly all hours of the day. Second, there is the time and cost of marketing the property to would-be tenants, which is usually done in the evenings and on weekends when people are available to view the property. Third, you have to contend with the monthly administration of rent collection, bill payments, and bookkeeping. Fourth, you have a more restrictive ability to travel out of town for long periods of time since emergencies, showings, and tenant issues can arise at a moment's notice. Now let's take a look at how selling covered call options on stock that you own can generate a monthly income similar to that of rental property income. Our upside expectations would be that capital appreciation would fall into the historical range of the stock market of 6 to 8% per year over a 10-year period. Cash flow from the monthly rental income of selling the covered calls would be in the range of 8 to 12%. We would expect a reasonable total return of 14 to 20% if all goes well. And you would have no management responsibility. As well, you can be anywhere in the world for extended periods of time and still manage your investment. The downside expectations of selling covered calls are that you have weekly research to conduct to verify if anything has changed in the stock's fundamentals, the competition, and the market sector. You are unable to leverage your initial investment, unlike real estate. And you risk having your stock sold should it rise in value above your rental rate. However, you still get to keep the monthly rent and any stock appreciation above the initial stock purchase price. When looking at both investments, we would expect a similar reasonable total return on investment of around 15%. Not bad in both cases. Where there is a clear distinction is in how much control you have over the investment. Stock investing allows you to move into and out of the market usually within 24 hours. This gives you greater flexibility to react to major market corrections. On the other hand, unloading a rental property usually takes a much longer period of time. Another huge advantage is that keeping tabs on your stock investments can be done from virtually anywhere in the world. As a rental property manager, you need to be physically accessible to handle issues most days of the week. In essence, investing in the stock market does a better job of creating a time-rich lifestyle where you do not need to deal with as many pressures and time constraints as managing a rental property. If you are starting out as an investor, you may be better served learning how to invest in the wonderful world of stock investing first. To your ongoing success as an investor,